stable marker and place it either in an already fenced pasture or in a pasture that hasn't been claimed yet. Once placed, it also cannot be moved or removed. When taking an animal such as a sheep, it needs to go straight into a fenced pasture, or alternatively it can go into a pasture that has a stable. Fenced pastures can take 2 animals. A stable can take 1 animal. A stable within a fenced pasture doubles the amount, so you can have up to 4 animals in the one stable pasture, a stable fenced pasture. The stable within this fenced pasture allows you to have 4 animals on each pasture. You can't mix and match the animals within a pasture, so we can't have a sheep in with the wild boars, for example. Some actions that will come up on the round cards allow you to take a vegetable, cattle, wild boar and stone. The fencing round action card becomes available somewhere between round 1 and 4, and it allows you to convert wood to fence. The one larger small improvement round card also becomes available at the beginning of rounds 1 to 4. Small improvements are not relevant in the family game. There are 10 major improvement cards that may be bought. They are generally fireplaces or stoves or that sort of thing. They have a price that must be paid, for example 3 clay. They allow you to convert different animals or crops into food, and they also give you some bonus points at the end of the game. Flour and or baked bread is another round card that becomes available in rounds 1 to 4. Placing a family member token on this action space allows you to plant into any empty ploughed fields. Here I have 2 spare wheats that I can plant into those fields, and 1 spare vegetable that I can plough into this field. When planted, a wheat is supplemented by 2 extra wheat taken from the bank to allow for growth over the years, and a vegetable planted, 1 is added. These are ready for harvesting at the next harvest. The renovation action card becomes available between rounds 5 and 7, and it allows you to upgrade your house from timber to brick or stone, and it also allows you to purchase a large improvement. The last important round card to show you is the Add to Family card, which becomes available some stage between rounds 5 and 7. If you play a family member onto that action space, it allows you to add a child to your family, so you take one of your spare family tokens and place it on top, and at the end of the round you take both of those family members back to your house, and you will from then on have 1 extra action per round. You may only choose this action if you have a spare room in your house in which you may only choose this action if you have extended your house and have a spare bedroom for the new child to live in. At the ends of rounds 4, 7, 9, 11, 13 and 14, there is a harvest. To begin the harvest, you take 1 crop from each field that has been planted, and you place those crops back into your personal supply. The next phase of the harvest is to feed the family. Each family member eats 2 foods, so I can either do that by using food tokens, or wheat and vegetables may be swapped at the rate of 1 per food token. Major improvements allow you to swap vegetables at a more favourable exchange rate, and also to slaughter any of your animals in exchange for food. If you cannot feed your whole family or choose not to do so, then you are required to take a begging card for each food that you are short, and this will cost you 3 victory points at the end of the game. If you have 2 or more of any animal, then you can receive 1 baby animal of that type, as long as you can accommodate them somewhere on your farmyard. After round 14 is played, there is a final harvest, and then the game ends. So scoring needs to be done to see who has developed the best farm and is the winner of the game. The scoring system rewards those people who create well-balanced farms. You can score -1 victory point, 1, 2, 3 or 4 victory points, depending how well you've done in a number of categories. For example, if you've got 0 to 1 ploughed fields, you'll score a -1 victory point, 2 gives you 1 victory point, 3 ploughed fields gives you 2, etc. Same for fenced fields. The number of wheat that you've got on your farm, that includes wheat in your store and wheat in fields. 0, 1 to 3, 4 to 5, 6 to 7, and 8 or more gives you the maximum of 4 victory points. Vegetables, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 or more. Sheep, 0, 1 to 3, 4 to 5, 6 to 7 gives you 3 victory points, and 8 or more gives you the full 4 victory points. Wild boar, 0, 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6, 7 or more, and cattle, 0, 1, 2 to 3, 4 to 5, or 6 or more to get the full victory points for cattle. If you have any fields left on your farm that haven't been ploughed and are not fenced pastures, you get a -1. You get a +1 for each stable that's in a fenced paddock. +1 for each room in your house if you've upgraded your house from timber to brick, and +2 for each room in your house if you have upgraded your whole house from brick to stone. You get 3 victory points for each family member in your family, and you can receive bonus points for any cards such as major improvements that you have. The family version of Agricola is a very enjoyable game, but in addition you also get a whole set of cards that enable you to play a full version of Agricola. There are minor improvement cards and 3 decks of occupation cards. These cards add a lot of variety and replayability to Agricola and also enable an interesting solo version to be played. Each player is dealt 7 minor improvement cards and 7 occupation cards from the decks that are chosen to be used. There's a normal deck, an interactive deck, and a complex deck of occupations. Board 1 is turned over, and there is an action space added to the full version that allows players to use one of their 7 occupation cards, and the other change that is made is in the start player, instead of receiving food, it also allows you to use one of your 7 minor improvement cards. An example occupation is the architect, which allows you to add a free 6th room if you manage to build a house with 5 rooms. Some sample minor improvements are the axe, which costs 1 wood and 1 stone initially to build, but then enables you to add rooms to a wooden hut for just 2 wood and 2 reeds, and a fishing rod which costs 1 wood initially, but then gives you 1 extra fish or 1 extra food every time you do the fishing action, or 2 extra food from round 8 onwards.